Let's get right into it. Number 9. The water heater Oasis. A massive storm just hit your area, and the water's been shut off. You're sitting there, staring at your last bottle of water like it's liquid gold. That boring metal cylinder in your basement or garage, your water heater, is actually holding between 30 to 50 gallons of clean, drinkable water. That's like having 200 to 400 water bottles just chilling in your house. First, you need to turn off the power to the heater. For electric heaters, flip the breaker. For gas heaters, turn off the gas valve. Next, turn off the water valve going into the heater. This prevents any contaminated water from getting in when the main water comes back on. There's a drain valve at the bottom of your water heater. It looks like a regular garden hose connection. Hook up a hose or just put a bucket under it and open the valve. You've got yourself an emergency water supply. The water at the bottom might be a bit funky from sediment. Let the first few gallons run out before you start collecting. Think of it like letting the shower run for a few seconds before getting in. This little trick has saved countless people during hurricanes and earthquakes. Smart preppers keep their water heaters well maintained and flush them regularly, because when disaster strikes, you don't want your emergency water supply tasting like it came from a medieval moat. Number 8. The Pantyhose Fan Belt. You're driving down a lonely road at night, miles from anywhere. Suddenly your engine starts making this awful squealing noise. Then your battery light comes on, and your engine starts overheating. Your fan belt just snapped. Most people would be stuck there waiting for a very expensive tow truck. But if you've got a pair of pantyhose in your car, you've got a MacGyver-level solution. Pantyhose are strong enough to work as a temporary fan belt. You just remove what's left of the old belt, tie the pantyhose tightly around the pulleys, and you've got a working fan belt. This will probably only last about 10 to 20 miles before the pantyhose gives up, but that might be just enough to get you to the next town instead of spending the night with the coyotes. Just remember to drive slowly and keep an eye on your temperature gauge. The last thing you want is your fix failing while you're doing 70 on the highway. Number 7. The duct tape splint. You're home alone, trying to recreate that parkour video you saw online. Your arm makes a sound that arms definitely shouldn't make. You look down, and your arm is bent in a way that would make a contortionist uncomfortable. Before you start planning your one-armed future, look in your junk drawer. If you've got a roll of duct tape and a magazine you've been meaning to recycle, you've got yourself an emergency splint kit. Grab a magazine, roll it into a tube shape around your injured arm. Make sure the arm is as straight as possible first. Don't try to reset the bone yourself. That's a job for people who went to medical school, not someone who just failed at parkour. Grab that duct tape and start wrapping. Not too tight though. We're going for secure, not mummified. The magazine provides the rigid support while the duct tape holds everything together. If anyone asks why you have a magazine taped to your arm, just tell them you're really committed to catching up on your reading. Get yourself to a hospital before that magazine subscription expires. Number 6. The belt window breaker. You're driving home when suddenly your car goes off a bridge and into water. You've got about 30 to 60 seconds before your car fills with water. Your first instinct might be to try kicking the windows out, but underwater, you've got about as much kicking power as a sleepy toddler. Those automatic window buttons are useless once your car's electrical system shorts out. That boring belt holding up your pants is your ticket out. Take it off and wrap it around your fist with the metal buckle sticking out. You want the metal edge of the buckle facing the window. Don't go full Hulk on the center of the window. Aim for the corners. That's where the glass is weakest. One good hit with the buckle's edge should spiderweb that glass faster than your phone screen when you drop it. Practice undoing your seatbelt and taking off your belt while holding your breath sometime. It's harder than it sounds when you're panicking and upside down in dark water. Number 5. Crayon emergency candle. Your power's out. You can't find any candles. And your phone's about to die. But there's a box of crayons sitting in your kid's room. These things are basically emergency candles in disguise. A single crayon can burn for about 30 minutes. The paper wrapper doesn't burn up instantly. It actually acts like a wick, similar to a regular candle. Break off the tip of the crayon first. This makes it easier to stand up straight and gives you a better burn. Stand the crayon up on a heat-safe surface. Light the paper wrapper at the top. You've got yourself an emergency candle. Don't leave it unattended. It's still an open flame. Keep it away from drafts. A sudden breeze could knock it over, and melted crayon wax is not fun to clean up. Number 4. Bleach for water purification. The apocalypse has hit. Your tap's running brown, and you're getting thirsty. Before you start eyeing that muddy puddle outside, grab that bottle of bleach under your sink. You might think bleach is supposed to kill you. If you chug it like a college student at spring break, yes. But used correctly, bleach can save your life. 2 drops of regular unscented bleach per liter of water. Those 2 drops will murder every nasty little bug swimming in that water. Wait 30 minutes before drinking it. It'll taste like you're drinking from the shallow end of a public pool, but that's way better than drinking from the wrong puddle and having your insides throw a revolution. It has to be regular, unscented bleach. None of that lavender-scented, color-safe, fancy stuff. Those chemicals might turn your last drink into actually your last drink. Write 2 drops per liter on your bleach bottle right now. When you're desperate enough to drink bleach water, you won't have time to Google the recipe. Number 3. The chip bag signal panel. You just finished a family-size bag of chips. That shiny silver lining inside is made of metallized plastic film. It's highly reflective, like a mirror you can crumple up. Cut the bag open along the seams and lay it flat. You now have a survival signaling panel. If you're lost in the wilderness, this reflective surface can catch sunlight and flash signals to search planes or helicopters. The reflection can be seen for miles, even through tree cover. Unlike your phone, it never needs charging. Just wave it back and forth when you hear aircraft nearby. The bigger the chip bag, the better your chances of being spotted. Finally, a legitimate excuse to buy the party size. Keep a few flattened bags in your emergency kit. They're lightweight, waterproof, and unlike most survival gear, delicious to acquire. Just wash off the grease before packing them away. Nothing attracts bears quite like the lingering scent of sour cream and onion. Number 2. Dryer Lint Fire Starter. That gray, fluffy stuff you pull out of your dryer filter could save your life. Most people toss lint straight in the trash, but they're throwing away one of the best fire starters known to mankind. Dryer lint is concentrated fiber from all your clothes, towels, and blankets. All those tiny threads packed together create the perfect environment for catching sparks. It's so flammable that fire departments warn about it causing house fires. In a survival situation, that same fire hazard becomes a lifesaver. A small ball of dryer lint will catch a spark faster than a teenager catches feelings, and unlike other tinder materials, it's completely free, and you make more every time you do laundry. Store some lint in a small Ziploc bag and keep it in your emergency kit. Make sure it's dry. Wet lint is about as useful as a chocolate teapot, even in the rain. As long as you keep your lint dry, you've got reliable fire starter. That handful of fluff could be the difference between a cold night and a warm campfire. Number 1. Steel Wool Fire Starter. You're lost in the woods. It's getting dark, and you're starting to regret binge-watching cat videos instead of learning survival skills. If you've got some steel wool and a 9-volt battery in your backpack, you're not completely doomed. The same stuff you use to scrub burnt cheese off your pans can save your life. Touch a 9-volt battery to find steel wool, and you get instant fire. The electricity from the battery flows through the tiny metal fibers, heating them up until they literally burst into flames. This trick works even when the steel wool is wet. Try that with matches or a lighter, and you'll just end up with wet fingers and crushed dreams. You need the fine-grade steel wool, not the chunky stuff. The thinner the fibers, the better it works. And make sure your battery still has some juice. A dead 9-volt is completely ineffective. Once your steel wool catches, you've got about 30 seconds to transfer the flame to your tinder. If you mess this up, you'll end up with burnt steel wool and still be cold. So practice this in your backyard before you need it in an actual emergency. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.